This is Shantae Jovan Taylor, and I'm back having my cup of joe. This is Coffee with the Neuroscientist and Mindset Success Catalyst. And today, as I'm drinking my coffee, finishing it up, I am going to be talking about why you may be stuck. Okay, so that's the topic today. Coffee with the Neuroscientist, Mindset Success Coach. Let's talk about why you may be stuck. And this might be kind of hard to absorb because I'm going to be discussing the people you are hanging around. Okay, so I'm having my cup of joe. Hopefully you have your tea or water or coffee, depending on what time of day you are watching this. All right. So Coffee with the Neuroscientist. So you may be stuck simply because of the mindsets that you associate yourself with on a daily basis. Okay. What do I mean by that? Well, have you heard of the term birds of a feather flock together? That person rubs me the wrong way, or she's rubbing off on me. That means you're taking on characteristics of other people, behavioral patterns. And where do behavioral patterns start? Anyone? They start in the mind. The mind and the brain are the control center for your behaviors. So if somebody is rubbing off on you, that means you are taking on their behaviors, their mindsets, their mannerisms. So if you have someone who is draining you of your time and energy, you won't have time and energy to put towards those things that will bring you success. Does that make sense? You are the sum of the mindsets that you are around. And that's a hard pill to swallow because that means you really have to examine the people you are around. And then you have to decide how you're going to handle that relationship. And I guarantee you, when you really open your eyes and become aware of the mindsets that you are associating yourself with, you're going to come to the hard decision on whether you need to keep that person at arm's length because, they are keeping you from your greatness. There's a quote by Joel Osteen. He says, if you hang out with chickens, don't expect to soar with the eagles. If you hang out with chickens, don't expect to soar with the eagles. Now, that is a powerful quote. And of course, I'm a neuroscientist, right? Mindset coach. So I'm looking at it from the lens of mindset and brain all the time. That's how I roll. All right. So if you hang out with chickens, that means you are hanging out with a certain mindset. Okay? A chicken has a certain mindset and an eagle has a certain mindset. Just think of the word chicken. When you call someone a chicken, that's probably not a good thing to call somebody, right? That means they're scared. They're fearful of moving forward, of trying something new, of stepping into their greatness. You can't afford to be around chickens. People who are afraid to live life. People who always find something wrong so that they don't have to step into something different and challenge themselves. You need to be around eagles. Eagles soar to higher heights. They have a mindset of success. They have a mindset of no limits. So I want you to look at your surroundings. I want you to identify the 5 people you are around the most. And I don't mean your children, okay? I'm talking about family, friends, and associates, because you are the sum of the 5 people you are around. If you want to know what your life is going to look like in 5 years, look at the people you're hanging around. Are they chickens or are they eagles? What mindset are you around the most? And then you have to make the uncomfortable decision. And I'm telling you, it's going to get uncomfortable. You need to make the uncomfortable decision on whether or not you are going to remove people who no longer serve you on your journey to excellence. You are going to come to a crossroads in your life where you have to make some hard decisions. And the brain is, I'm a neuroscientist, right? So I got to bring the brain into it. The brain is not going to like that change. You will feel uncomfortable. Your heart will ache that you have to separate yourself from the person who is draining you because they're complaining. They don't want to move forward because they have the chicken mindset. Let me ask you a question. Do you see a chicken or an eagle on money? I know that's a rhetorical question. Okay, obviously you see the eagle on the, money, the bills, because that is a mindset of excellence. Okay, so my challenge for you is to identify the 5 major people you are around, and I want you to look at your life, because if you are not where you want to be in this life, it's because of who you're associating yourself with, because your mind is not attracting those who are going to help you soar like the eagle. You need someone who's going to challenge you. You need someone who's going to talk about wealth, building wealth. You need someone who's talking about health and staying healthy. Not someone who wants to go to the drive-thru every day and eat junk. Because see, when you eat junk, that gets to your mind, your brain. All right. And you're not able to make the decisions that will serve you to be excellent. You also need someone who's spiritual in your life. Someone who will help to remind you of your connection to that greater power. Okay. That keeps you humble. That keeps you connected to the divine. You also need someone who is someone with adventure. Okay. Because when you start to soar like an eagle, you start to have adventures and see and do different things. So I challenge you to go out and figure out who you are surrounding yourself with and make the decision on how you are going to connect with them, how you are going to keep them at arm's length. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of them, but they don't serve you on this new path that I know you're on. And that's why you're watching this. There's no more time to be mentally drained. Your time and energy are your greatest assets. And don't give people the power to drain your mental energy and time anymore on this journey to excellence. I challenge you to do that. Are you ready to soar with the eagles? I hope so. This has been your moment with me, Coffee with the Neuroscientist.